What's good, Eagles fans? How we feeling? This is your guy, Tone DeShields II from Chalk It Up Sports Philly, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. Super grateful to you guys for locking in on the content. Super humbled to be here with you guys. We are dealing with a victory this week, you guys. It's going to be your Merry Christmas. Oh, yeah, it's gonna be a Merry Christmas. Listen, you guys, the Philadelphia Eagles did their thing this past Sunday. Now, let's be honest for a moment. It was a little scary at first. We got to be honest with ourselves a little bit. They had us on the edge of our seats in that first quarter. I'm sitting there watching the game like, are these guys serious? Are these bozos serious? But then, second quarter comes around, defense tightens up, offense gets starts to find their footing, and it was pretty much curtains from there. Uh, that first quarter was very haphazard on our part. We gave the Washington football team short field after short field. We pretty much spotted them 10 points, and then after that, we dominated the entire game. Uh, let's just start with the where should we start? Should we start offense or defense? Well, first, let me just give you guys my overall thoughts, and then we're going to dive deeper into offense. Then we're going to dive deeper into defense, right? So, overall, I felt like it was a very good game, a very good recovery game for Jalen Hurts. He came out and did his thing. The offensive line was spectacular as always. Nick Sirianni, he was questionable at first with his decision making, but then things started to tighten up. And if you're being completely honest, the turnovers should have never happened. The fluky interception that Landon Collins caught off of Dallas Goedert's drop, and then the ball bounced off his heel, that should have never happened. Jalen Hurts has to be more secure with the football. He can't allow those fumbles to happen either. But other than that, the offense was able to move the ball without an issue. Defense pretty much controlled that game. If you want to be totally honest, if you take away those drives where they had to deal with a short field, the defense only had one bad drive, and that was the drive where they scored 7 points, and they had that big play from, I think, was it Humphreys or whoever the receiver or tight end was. Nonetheless, the defense really only had one bad drive. If you want to give them a break for the first 10 points they gave up, and granted, I think they did the best they could in that situation. We turned the ball over twice and gave them short fields on multiple occasions. So the defense can only do but so much, right? But overall, I feel like the team did an amazing job. I feel like Jalen Hurts did a great job spreading the ball around. Jonathan Gannon does need to be more aggressive. I'm not going to stop saying that. For some reason, he keeps allowing these mediocre quarterbacks to come in and look somewhat competent. There's no way Blaine Gabbert, or Gilbert, whatever his name is, Garrett Gilbert, Gilbert Godfrey, Gilbert Grape, whatever his name is, they should have never allowed him to get as comfortable as he did. But overall, we limited them to under 300 yards of offense. I think they only had a grand total of, I want to say, a grand total of, what is that? 237 total yards of offense. We had 70 plays to their 54 plays. And overall, we just dominated the game. We dominated time of possession. We were averaging a little over 7 yards per play, 281 yards passing, 238 yards rushing. This team just came out to play. Now, we had to tighten up on those penalties, but I think that was more so rust than anything. Got to clean up the turnovers. And overall, though, just a great game. We were efficient on third down for the most part. We just controlled the game. We were able to execute on third down. It was just a really great game all the way around. If you want to exclude that first quarter, and it's the holidays, so let's give the Eagles a break for that first quarter. You know, they played football in about 2 weeks. Then they had the COVID situation where they postponed the game 2 days, but it ended up working in our favor, right? Because Jalen Hurts had those 2 extra days of rest. On top of that, Nick Sirianni made it clear in the press conference that he wasn't really pleased with Thursdays and Fridays practice. So he wanted the guys to get those extra days in, and he felt like it really benefited them. But overall, good game. Now we have taken another step forward to securing the playoff spot. We still need the Minnesota Vikings to fall short when they play the Rams and or Green Bay Packers. We still got to take care of business against the New York Giants. We still got to take care of business against Washington again at FedEx Field. And we also got to take care of business in the final week of the season against the Dallas Cowboys. And it all depends if they're going to start guys or if they're going to sit guys and so on and so forth. On top of that, in the latest news, Nick Sirianni has been added to the COVID protocols list. Nick Sirianni tested positive for COVID, and that's not a good look. But I think he says if things don't improve, Kevin Patullo is going to be the game manager. He's going to pretty much be the acting head coach for the game, just managing things on a play-by-play basis, and making decisions in football situations. Also, he indicated Shane Steichen will be the play caller. One of the reasons he didn't allow the running back coach Jamal Singleton to take over the spot, even though he is the assistant coach, is the fact that it would have been too much of a disparity in philosophy. So overall, really glad we got the win. Super glad to be here with you guys, man. We got my man Eddie Holmes in the building. What's going on? We got Eagles Uncensored. My man AK Eagle, how you doing, my guy? Hope everything is going well with you, and hope the family as well. Also, we got my man Bird Gang 31. My brother, what's going on? Yeah, Eddie, it's crazy. It sucks. As soon as we shake hands with the Washington football team, they cooties got on us. Ivan Mims, my guy. How you feeling, man? Good to see you. Ryan Rowe, as always, good to see you, my man. Always loyal to the soil. The GOAT Michi, my guy, always showing love, like always. Make sure you guys smash that like button as well. It really helps the content grow. Do not come and go without smashing that like button. I'd be so grateful for that. Super grateful. So let's get into some of the specifics. So the running game. The running game was tremendous. We put up 238 yards collectively between Miles Sanders, Jordan Howard, and Jalen Hurts. As a team, we averaged almost 6 yards a carry. And specifically, Miles Sanders went off. He had 18 carries for 131 yards, averaged over 7 yards a carry. No touchdown yet, but he's moving the ball. His longest run of the day was 38 yards. Jordan Howard, 15 carries on a day, 69 yards, averaged over 4 yards per carry. Longest run of the day was 15 yards. Jalen Hurts, 8 carries, 38 yards, averaged a little under 5 yards a carry, and 2 touchdowns, 2 quarterback sneaks to be exact, and his longest run of the day was 12 yards. This running game has been ultimately the brightest spot of this team outside of the offensive line, but the offensive line creates the running lanes along with Jalen Hurts' X factor. But I'm just so proud of the way this running game has really been starting to become a real factor in our identity, and this is who we are. We have to accept the fact that this team is a running team first. We dominate things in the offensive line. We're physical. We're nasty. We punch guys in the mouth. You saw Lane Johnson and Jason Kelsey just get into that second level like it was nobody's business. We were just supremely physical through and through. And you can't deny what you saw from that running game. Miles Sanders, he did a good job picking his spots and also just being decisive. Jordan Howard was just putting the shoulder pads into their chin straps. Jalen Hurts was running, but also it was timely runs. He didn't just take off every time things got a little hairy. He was very decisive, and he also had a few design runs in there. So I like what they're doing. I also like the fact that Jalen Hurts is not the leading rusher. He hasn't been the leading rusher for the most part lately. And I like that Miles Sanders is coming along. Jordan Howard is back healthy. This team is better when Miles Sanders and Jordan Howard are splitting carries. When Miles Sanders is hot and Jordan Howard is hot, this team can really do no wrong. We really can't. Now to the passing game, Jalen Hurts, he was sharp. Let's be honest. He was sharp despite the turnovers. If you take away that interception that was not his fault in any way, I'll be honest, they shouldn't even count that as an interception, in my humble opinion. But it was what it was. Dallas Goedert dropped the ball. It bounced off the centimeter, the final part of his heel, and he ended up, causing an interception. And then they ended up scoring off of that. And that we didn't start off the game on the right foot. And then the fumble, the strip sack, that the Montez Sweat strip sack on Jalen Hurts, that really didn't help us at all. That set the Washington football team up to get 3 points, giving them a 10-0 lead in the first quarter. Then we come in that second quarter, and then we overall just dominate through and through. Put up 10 points, the tie to 10-10 going into halftime. And then Jalen Hurts, once again, was sharp in that third quarter, put up 10 points again. And then we finished it off putting up 7 points in that fourth quarter to close the game out. You know, Jalen Hurts went 20 for 26, 296 yards, averaged a little over 11 yards an attempt, 1 touchdown, that weird fluky interception, got sacked 3 times, and 1 fumble loss. Had a 110.4 quarterback rating. So, you guys, is it fair to say that this was Jalen Hurts' best game, his sharpest game? Because if I'm being honest with myself, Jalen Hurts has been so confident he came back supremely confident in his pocket, man. He made decisions. He kept his eyes glued downfield. And also, it looked like he wasn't keeping his eyes solely on one receiver. Another thing that I really like also was his patience, allowing things to develop, keeping plays alive, and trusting his receivers to make a play. Now, we don't necessarily have the wider receivers to win every 50-50 ball situation. So Jalen Hurts did a really great job at throwing his wide receivers open. His best pass of the night was that back shoulder throw to Greg Ward. Oh, my God. Greg Ward, what a way to come back into the fold. What a way to earn yourself more snaps, my guy. Because that was – you can make an argument that was Jalen Hurts' best pass of his career. Somebody tell me different. Somebody please tell me different. That was Jalen Hurts' best pass of his career. That pass showed his playmaking ability. It showed his decision making. It showed his accuracy. It showed his trust in his teammate. It showed his clutch factor. That's the thing about Jalen Hurts that doesn't get talked about enough. His clutch factor and his ability to put games away. You know, like it was overall just beautiful to see. It was beautiful to see, y'all. Like I know y'all feel the same way. 20 for 26. This immediately rivals the Gardner Minshew game, right? Am I right or wrong? Gardner Minshew was what? Gardner Minshew was what? Gardner Minshew was what? 20 for 25, something like that. I can't even remember. Against the Jets. Gardner Minshew was what? Let's find it out right now. Gardner Minshew was 20 for 25. 20 for 25. And if we're being completely honest with ourselves, 3 of Jalen Hurts' passes got dropped. Dallas Goedert dropped 2 passes, and I think somebody else dropped the pass too. But overall, it was a great game by Jalen Hurts. If you want to take away the haphazard interception and the strip sack, he did a good job bouncing back, staying composed. And the most awesome thing about that game was the simple fact that when Jalen Hurts fumbled that ball and he walked back to that sideline, Nick Sirianni let him have it. Oh yeah, I know y'all saw it. I know y'all saw it on the telecast. He let Jalen Hurts have it, and Jalen Hurts wants to be he wants to be coached that way. Nick Sirianni said in the press conference, Jalen Hurts said in the press conference that, hey, he's a coach's kid. I'm a coach kid. I'm used to getting coached hard. Don't be soft on me. Don't be all cute and delicate with me. Let me know when I'm screwing up. If things ain't going right, let me know. And you know what was so crazy? After that fumble, you didn't see Jalen Hurts with the ball. You saw Jalen Hurts moving through that pocket with two hands on the ball, maneuvering, securing it. They calling him two-hand monster. My man was running like this. He was not playing. He said, I'm not fumbling this ball no more. So we got to give Jalen Hurts credit for for bouncing back, not just from the injury, but also bouncing back from the city almost losing faith in him. Gardner Minshew almost gave this city cause to pause when it came to Jalen Hurts. Let's keep it frank. Eagles Uncensored podcast says, in all honesty, bro, this team has a bright future. With all we have seen this year, good and bad, to be at 500 right now in the number 1 rushing game in the NFL, who would have thunk? Bro, you're absolutely right. Who would have thought that we would have the number one rushing attack in the NFL and we don't show no signs of stopping? Let's be frank about this, you guys. We're missing Isaac Samalu. We're missing Brandon Brooks. We're missing Lander Dickinson. We're missing Jack Driscoll. We're missing our top four guards. We're missing our top four guards. We had Nate Herbig at right guard, who is the backup center when he needs to be. And then we had Sua Upeta, who was on the practice squad not too long ago. But Jason Kelsey said he's been waiting to get his opportunity. And Sua Upeta had one penalty. He had a bad moment. But overall, Sua Upeta was in his bag. This offensive line, like, let's give credit to Coach Stoutland. Let's give credit to Jamal Singleton, the running back coach. These guys has this offensive line and these running backs playing their best football. Like, Eagles Ascension says, sorry, Tone. I believe the Smith throw was better, but that's just me. You know why I think you think it was better? But matter of fact, let me put it to you this way, bro. I personally don't think that was better for the simple fact that I feel like that catch, I feel like that ball, that throw was more so Devontae Smith rather than Jalen Hurts. Now, Jalen Hurts, he had to throw the ball, but I feel like that was a better Devontae Smith play than it was a better Jalen Hurts play. I feel like Jalen Hurts threw that ball and just had trust in Devontae Smith in that moment, and Devontae Smith had to do the dirty work. I think that Greg Ward pass was better because the situation, we're only up by 3. Washington football team just drove down the field and scored a touchdown on you. It's the fourth quarter. You have to find a way to keep them at bay. You have to find a way to keep your team motivated in this game. This is your time to put away the game. He was in the pocket. He escaped. Saw Greg Ward. Threw it a perfect back shoulder pass. That was a pass that Jalen Hurts has been trying to perfect in his career. Jalen Hurts, people have always got on Jalen Hurts for not being the most accurate deep ball thrower. And I mean, it wasn't necessarily a deep ball, but, you know, Greg Ward, that was a 19-yard catch. And it wasn't the easiest 19-yard catch. That was an explosive play. And it was so perfect. Greg Ward had perfect form. They trusted each other in that situation. It's just everything that surrounded that catch made it his best throw to me, Eagles Uncensored. But hey, that Devontae Smith throw was off the wall, bro. Nina Austin, what's going on? How you feeling? Thank you so much for locking in on my content. You always been loyal to the soil. Make sure you guys smash that like button if you're just coming in. Also, you guys, I was supposed to have Laura Brunson on tonight, but you know, my man has a family and duty calls. He's going to be on the show tomorrow. So make sure you guys lock in tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. Laura Brunson will be on the show. So once again, make sure you guys lock in at 8 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow and be on the lookout for that show with Laura Brunson. It's going to be an amazing conversation. We're going to talk about the game that we just got finished winning. We're going to talk about the upcoming schedule, the playoff push, you know, the upcoming draft, free agency. Do we trust Howie Roseman? We're going to talk about Jalen Hurts' development, Nick Sirianni as a head coach, Jonathan Gannon as defensive coordinator. We're going to talk about everything under the sun with these Philadelphia Eagles. So make sure you guys lock in tomorrow, Thursday evening, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Laura Brunson will be the special guest. The GOAT Michi says, yeah, that was a good ball placement. Yeah, it was perfect ball placement. Nina Austin says that pass was perfect and the catch was even better. Absolutely. Eagles Obsession says 20 for 25, 242 yards, 2 TDs. Yeah, for Gardner Minshew. Yeah. Frank Cart, my man, thank you so much for being here. He says Hurts' long ball looked way, way better. Yeah, it did, right? Now, granted, Dallas Goedert bailed him out on that big play. Let's be honest. That safety came right up there and almost caught that interception. But Dallas Goedert, you know, he said he was too small. He was too small. He came up, climbed the ladder, and took it home. You know what I'm saying? Ivan Mims, Gamewell dropped one. Exactly. So 3 of Jalen Hurts' passes got dropped. 2 by Dallas Goedert, which should have never been drops. Dallas Goedert was wide open. Let's be honest. Dallas Goedert should have had over 200 yards of offense. Let's be honest. Dallas Goedert should have had 200 yards and a touchdown. But he had 2 drops. Sacrificed a potential touchdown pass, and he also dropped, I believe, was it a quick slant or a screen that Jalen Hurts got to him? drive killers. One was an interception that he caused, and one was a third down turn, fourth down. Dallas Goedert has to be sharper than that. When you're getting paid the big bucks, you can't have drops like that. Eagles Uncensored says, let's talk about that Rager screen that Hurts checked to. That was beautiful to notice the rush. It changed it to a great play for 20 or more. Absolutely beautiful point, Eagles Uncensored. This is why I love you guys. Because you guys see things I don't see. You guys bring up topics that I forget to mention, right? Shout out to my man Eagles Uncensored. Make sure you guys go lock in on his content as well. Eagles Uncensored is an amazing content creator. Make sure you guys go check him out. Go check him out. He's an amazing content creator. As a matter of fact, just to make sure you guys know where to find him, because I'm all about spreading love. Make sure you guys please go check out the Eagles Uncensored podcast. My man gives you dope sports content. My man is on the road to 1K, so make sure you guys go show him some love, truly. Really appreciate that guy. But you're absolutely right, man. Jalen Hurts checked out of that play, saw the blitz coming up the middle, and he kicked it to Jalen Reagor for a 20-plus yard catch, set us up for that Greg Ward touchdown. What more can you ask for, man? Jalen Hurts is clutch. Let's just call a spade a spade. But again, make sure you guys go check out my man Eagles Uncensored. Go lock in on his content. Make sure you guys are subscribed and hit that notification bell. My man is grinding. And he also does a weekly podcast with the Nest Out West and Vic 8. Make sure you go lock in with those guys. But Rock the Artist, my man, what's going on? Eagle has landed, my brother. What's up? JJ says that wasn't a deep ball, but it did travel about 25 yards through the air, and Hurts was thrown on the run. Not an easy throw. Perfect way to put it. It wasn't necessarily a deep ball. You would call that what? You would call that what? An intermediate throw? Yeah, like let's consider that an intermediate throw. But you're absolutely right. Ball traveled about 25 yards in the air. He was thrown on the run. That was not an easy throw at all. And Dallas and Greg Ward was covered, but he put the ball only where Greg Ward could get it. That back shoulder throw, and Greg Ward finished the deal. Eagles Uncensored says, we'll have a great stream. He said, we'll have a great stream, brother. We'd love to have you on my channel soon to talk our Eagles. God bless, my guy. Have a good one. Hey, listen, Eagles Uncensored, reach out to me. Let me know, my guy, and we'll set it up. You already know how we get down, man. Marley Cobra, what's up? He says, I like the fact he was trying to get all the wide receivers involved, not just relying on one. Great point, Marley. Absolutely. Great point. You know, if you pay attention to that Gardner Minshew game against the New York Jets, he did a great job getting his star tight end involved, getting the running backs involved. He pretty much spread the ball around. I feel like Jalen Hurts saw that game and he saw the flaws in his play style. He saw the flaws in his gaming. And he said that, you know what? I need to get more of my guys involved the best way I know how. I need to get them involved in situations that they can succeed in. And he did that by reading the defense. He did that by checking out the plays that knew weren't going to get them anywhere and made executive decisions. And that's just him diagnosing the defense and just making great decisions overall. Let's just talk about it. At the end of the day, Dallas Goedert has 7 receptions, 135 yards, averaged over 19 yards a catch. Longest catch a day was 45 yards. He 7 catches on 9 targets. Jalen Reagor had 3 catches on 3 targets, 57 yards, averaged 19 yards a catch. Longest catch of the day was 34 yards. Devontae Smith had 3 catches on 5 targets, 40 yards, averaged over 13 yards a catch. Longest catch of the day was 28 yards. Greg Ward, 2 catches on 3 targets, 28 yards, averaged 14 yards a catch, 1 touchdown. Longest catch of the day was the 19-yard touchdown from Jalen Hurts on the back shoulder throw. Miles Sanders, 2 catches on 2 targets, 15 yards, averaged 7.5 yards a catch. Longest catch of the day was 16. Quez Watkins, 2 catches on 2 targets, 14 yards, 7 yards a catch. Longest catch of the day was 9 yards. Jack Stoll, 1 catch. Who would have thought Jack Stoll would have got in on the action? Jack Stoll, 1 catch on 1 target, 7 yards. Kenny Gainwell dropped his only target. Jalen Hurts did a great job moving that ball around. Another thing is the fact that, you know, I like that he got the ball to his best weapon, and that's Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert, out of all the weapons on the field, is the most refined outside of Miles Sanders and Jordan Howard, right? Yes, Devontae Smith was a great route runner in college, the best route runner in college. That's how he won the Heisman, right? But Devontae Smith, he's only a rookie. He has a long way to go in his development. And then I feel like this coaching staff is going to find more and more ways to get him involved, more creative ways to get him involved. And I think he's going to benefit from having another wide receiver on the roster, in particular a possession wide receiver, a guy that can catch in between the numbers. Someone who can get those tough yards, those yards that may require him to get hit across the middle. But Devontae Smith, he's going to grow, he's going to get better, he's going to get stronger, going to get more used, he's going to be more utilized in the offense. But you have to acknowledge the fact that Jalen Hurts he went to his best weapon, and that's Dallas Goedert. He went to the money man. He went to the guy making the big bucks, and that's what you do. And Dallas Goedert earned the paycheck. He came up big despite his drops. You already know Eagles Uncensored. The love is always there, my man. Marley Colbert says Ward dropped a TD in the back of the end zone, too. Could have had two TDs. Yeah, man, he could have. Absolutely. Greg Ward. I've always liked Greg Ward because Greg Ward has always been Mr. Reliable. Greg Ward has always been that guy that just knows he knows his skill set. He knows how to get open. He's not the fastest. He's not the strongest. He's not the biggest, but he understands leverage. He understands route running. He understands separation, and he understands the opponent. He understands defenses. He basically has that quarterback mindset, but he's a wide receiver. And I honestly think that's why Greg Ward had such a beautiful back shoulder catch, because he understood what the quarterback wanted in that moment. He said at his press conference that that's not exactly how we drew it up, but I knew what Jalen needed. I knew what I needed to do. And we both did exactly what was necessary to get that touchdown. He threw a great pass. I just did my job straight like that. And that's what I love to hear. That's how I love to hear guys talking. These guys love Jalen Hurts. Let's be totally frank about that too. They love Jalen Hurts. They love what he brings to the table. They love his moxie, his mentality, his swagger. They love his comeback kid mentality. How can you not love it, right? It seems like the way Jalen Hurts plays, you're never fully out of a game. Now, let's talk about this defense. I almost forgot this. Sirianni's play calling. I thought Nick Sirianni's play calling was actually pretty good. He did have some things that made me scratch my head, especially in that first quarter. I felt like he was throwing that ball a little too early and often. I felt like he should have leaned on his running game a little bit more to keep the ball out of harm's way. There were certain situations, and when there were more than one occasion where they were 3rd and 1. And I felt like we should have ran the ball easily, but we passed it. And that one situation turned into an interception because of Dallas Goedert. And another situation, I just think it was another incompletion, another drop or whatever it may be. But, I just felt like earlier in that game, we should have led with the run a little quicker. But nonetheless, I felt like Nick Sirianni had pretty much called the game flawlessly from quarter 2 to quarter 4. Quarter 1 was a bit questionable for me. But overall, a very, very good game plan, a very good rushing attack, passing attack. I liked how everyone got involved. I feel like overall Nick Sirianni called a pretty good game. Now, let's transition to defense, you guys, because I still have things to say about the defense. Granted, we spotted them 10 points. I personally think the defense only had really one bad drive, and that's because of the touchdown that we gave up in the 4th quarter, I want to say it was. I believe it was the 4th. Yes, the 4th quarter we gave up a touchdown. Gilbert Grape drove down the field, and he was delivering that ball. I feel like time and time again, we keep allowing these whack-ass quarterbacks to get comfortable. Make it make sense to me, Jonathan Gannon. Why are we allowing these quarterbacks who don't even have a name to stand on to get comfortable? Why are we allowing these guys to pretty much carve us up in little situations? Now, the biggest pass of the day was that deep ball to Terry McLaurin. But other than that, Terry McLaurin was a non-factor. His longest throw of the day was 46 yards. And after that, Terry McLaurin had a 5-yard catch. But again, we pretty much had everybody locked down for the most part. We gave up some things in that fourth quarter. John Bates had that 29-yard catch that set up the touchdown run for Antonio Gibson. Or was it Jared Patterson? I'm not entirely sure, but nonetheless, we set them up to run the ball and had them go down only about 3 points. But overall, I felt like defense did a pretty good job. I just need Jonathan Gannon to be significantly more aggressive. He can't keep allowing these guys to get comfortable. The GOAT Meach says it's great how Hurts slide to his left, throw it down to Goddard. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Marley Colbert says Slade should have had an interception, but he couldn't look at the tight end after the BS flag on Maddox. Bro, Maddox should have. That's another thing too. We bailed them out. Let's be frank about it, y'all. We were beating ourselves in so many situations. We gave them pass interference calls, holding calls. We turned the ball over twice. They should have never scored a point, if we're being honest. We should have shut them out. This game really should have been 40-0 or something like that. JJ says, I didn't like when Sirianni ran the ball 4th and 8 instead of kicking the field goal with 25 seconds left. It was unlikely for Washington to win at that point, but not impossible. Yeah, I'll be honest. I wanted him to kick that ball too, make it a 30-point victory. But I guess he looked at it as, I have too much respect for my opponent. I have too much respect for Ron Rivera. I'm not going to pad the score. That's just not who I am. So that's what I think he was thinking. He probably was thinking, we already got him by 10 points. No need to pad the score. We won the game. I respect Ron Rivera as a head coach. I respect my opponent, and I'll leave it at that. Ivan Mims says Slay gonna end up touching the ball on offense soon, bro. That was crazy. Darius Slay on that orbit route. That was wild. I would have never thought. But the offense turning the ball over twice gave the Washington football team a short field on 2 separate occasions, and we gave up 10 points on that. That should have never happened. Other than that, defense pretty much played lights out. And like I mentioned, I still don't really know why Jonathan Gannon won't abuse opposing quarterbacks. He keeps playing conservatively with these opposing quarterbacks, and I don't understand his logic. Another thing I feel like that needs to be discussed is the fact that the defensive line, excuse me, you guys, the defensive line and linebackers, they need to find a way to get more penetration. It's just that simple. Fletcher Cox had 2 sacks, but we need to find a way to get more penetration. There's no other way around it. There were times where we blitzed and we still couldn't get through. Alex Singleton couldn't break through. TJ Edwards couldn't break through. We only sacked Gilbert Grape twice. I felt like we should have sacked him way more than that. I felt like the front 4 was very disruptive, kept him off balance, but I felt like we should have had way more sacks. We had a handful of tackles for loss. TJ Edwards had a huge tackle for loss. Avonte Maddox, Teron Jackson had an amazing tackle for loss. He did this crazy swim move on the starting left tackle to take down Antonio Gibson for a loss. Fletcher Cox had a tackle for loss. Milton Williams had a tackle for loss. The front 4 was pretty impactful, but we need an edge rusher. We need a legit edge rusher. Fletcher Cox had his best game of the season with 2 sacks, 4 quarterback hits. Derek Barnett had a quarterback hit. Javon Hargrave had a quarterback hit. Hassan Ridgeway had a quarterback hit. Milton Williams had a quarterback hit. We had 7 quarterback hits total. So we were getting there. We just couldn't finish the deal. That's the biggest thing. I need more from Josh Sweat, though. Josh Sweat is not wreaking enough havoc enough for me. That's something that needs to get discussed. Josh Sweat is not wreaking enough havoc. JJ says, nah, you realize Slay in the game yesterday as a wide receiver is setting up Philly Special 2.0. They are going to use him on a trick play in a critical moment. Watch. Bro, it was only a matter of time. That was the precursor. Ryan Rose says Nick Sirianni could run the ball and make some good adjustments to play better passing and less turnovers. Yeah, I agree. JJ says Thibodeau would be nice, but out of reach. Yeah, I feel like Thibodeau is going to be a top 10 draft pick. Jeremiah, yo, like and sub. My man J-Bud. J-Bud. What's going on, bro? Listen, like my man Jay Boog said, Jeremiah Butler, he says, smash that like button. Listen, if you guys are coming in and out of the live stream, that's okay. But before you go, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you hit that notification bell. And also, make sure you guys tune in tomorrow at 8 p.m. I got a special guest, my man Lord Brunson, who's going to be making his first appearance on Chalk It Up Sports Philly, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. And I'm so grateful for that, man. Make sure you guys go like it on Laura Brunson's content. He does a live stream every day with the lunchtime with the bullies. He also does a podcast with Philly Mike from the Philly Talk podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like Laura Brunson gives you guys amazing content, and I'm going to have him on the show tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure you guys lock in on that. Super grateful to him. But, you know, like I said, defense really only had one bad drive. On top of that, the defense only allows 63 yards rushing. And yeah, 63 yards rushing with a 3-yard average per rush. That's wild. This Russian defense is starting to get better. Earlier in the season, we had significant questions when it came to stopping the run. Now we're starting to hold teams from running the ball. When you think about the Washington football team, they were going to try to lead with that run because they had a quarterback that was, that was not really in the fold for that long. Only had about maybe 2 or 3 practices with the team. So they tried to get that running game going, but they really couldn't, and then they fell behind come halftime or come the second half, and literally they couldn't run the ball at any point. We just kept giving them short field after short field with penalties and turnovers. If we don't turn the ball over at any point, if we don't get any dumb penalties, the Washington football team wouldn't have scored any points, and I firmly believe that. We had them dead to rights. Had those guys dead to rights. But yeah, overall though, great game by the offense. Really good game by the defense for the most part. We got to clean up the turnovers. We got to clean up those penalties. But I firmly believe the penalties was pretty much because of the rust. We didn't really, the guys were pretty much resting for the past 2 weeks, some change. So, overall, I'm super proud of the guys that came out and did their thing. Really proud of these guys. Standing the test of adversity with the COVID and the game being postponed, pushed back. These guys didn't expect to play on Tuesday, but they came out, did it, and Philadelphia showed out. Greek Warrior, what's up, my man? Where the Minshew Maniacs at now? Keep up the Hurts hating because Mega Hurts delivered. I like that. Mega Hurts. I like that. I like that. But yeah, overall, good game on both sides of the ball. Great game called by Nick Sirianni for the most part. Like I said, he had some things that was a bit questionable for me in that first quarter, but overall, really good game. I can't wait to rewatch this game too. Matter of fact, I'm gonna rewatch it tonight because I know there's so much stuff so many things to catch in that game. Nick Sirianni is now in COVID protocol. Like I said at the beginning of the live stream, Kevin Patullo will be the acting head coach. He will be in charge of game management decisions, while Shane Steichen will be the lead play caller. So, that's going to be interesting to see. Hopefully, Nick Sirianni can clear protocol, but they say he's showing symptoms, so we'll see how that goes. But overall, I trust Shane Steichen. I believe Shane Steichen, won't overthink it. He'll keep up the same mentality, keep up the same ideals, the same culture. I don't think Shane Steichen will deviate too much from anything. JJ says, speaking of Minshew, I think the good game Minshew had was only a good thing for Hurts. Hurts showed up and didn't disappoint. Absolutely. I said this earlier in the live stream, right? I feel like Jalen Hurts really benefited from sitting back and watching Gardner Minshew ball out that game. And I think that's because of the fact that he was able to see Gardner Minshew spread the ball around. He was able to see Gardner Minshew be decisive, make decisions, trust his receivers, not be afraid to check the top, not be afraid to take the check down. Trusting a tight end position more than anything, right? Best believe Dallas Goedert is going to be featured in this offense more and more as the weeks come along. Because Dallas Goedert almost carried 3 or 4 guys in the end zone. If he would have got that touchdown, oh my God, that would have been electric. That would have been amazing if Dallas Goedert would have got that touchdown. But nonetheless, we was able to get the quarterback sneak in there. But yeah, Nick Sirianni is in COVID protocol. Hopefully he gets well soon. But Shane Steichen will be the play caller. Kevin Patullo, the pass game coordinator, will be in charge of game management decisions. Now let's talk about this O-line, because this offensive line is the best in football. Somebody tell me something different. You can't. You can't. We got the best offensive line in football when we're down 4 of our top guards. We were missing 4 of our top guards in Isaac Samalu, Brandon Brooks, Landon Dickerson, and Jack Driscoll. Nate Herbig and Sua Opeta did a good job. You know what I'm saying? And then you got Lane Johnson and Jason Kelce. Oh, my God. Those 2 guys are all world. All world, man. You know, when you think about Kelce on that Miles Sanders run, he was running stride for stride with Miles Sanders. He wanted Miles Sanders to follow the block and get the touchdown, but Miles Sanders got a little too eager, and he stopped following the block at the last second. But it's all good. Jason Kelce did his job. Then Lane Johnson came in huge on that Jalen Reagor screen pass, was just flying up the field. Just created a highway for Jalen Reagor to go 30+ yards. It was dope. It was so dope. And then Mailata, you know, he had a couple bonehead plays throughout that game, but overall he didn't give up any sacks or anything. All those sacks really were on Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts really should have avoided those sacks. He should have been a little bit more decisive in those situations. He didn't have to take those, but nonetheless, the offensive line was spectacular. Mailata did his thing. Sua Opeta did his thing. Jeff Stoutland does an amazing job at coaching these guys up. Jeff Stoutland is the best in the game. No kizzy. JJ says, I think Goddard is about to enter the tier 1 tight end convo. Man, absolutely. If he continues to be on the roll like this, he will enter tier 1 tight end. Absolutely. You know, he's top. I think he's top 5. I think he's top 5, honestly. You know, you got George Kittle, you got Travis Kelce, you got Darren Waller. You got what's the tight end for the Baltimore Ravens? What's his name? I don't remember. Who's the tight end for the Baltimore Ravens? What's my man's name? Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews. That's what it is. Mark Andrews. So, yeah, I'll be honest with you. Like Travis Kelce, George Kittle, Darren Waller, Mark Andrews, like Dallas Goedert. Like who's better than him? You know what I'm saying? Who's better? Like he got to be top 5. He got to be. I think he top 5 right now. Greek Warrior says, no way they sat Hurts to get healed versus a garbage team. You guys are crazy. He didn't learn squat off a Minshew. It was a great move by Sirianni to sit Hurts to heal. O-line is clearly the main reason we won, period. Absolutely, my man, without a doubt. Michi says, oh my God, this O-line like missing 2 guards, put 519 net yards, over 200 rushing yards. Again, a little rust in the O-line, but damn, it's fun to watch the O-line. Bro, we're missing our top 4 guards. Top 4. What NFL team do you know can miss their top 4 guards and still dominate the offensive line, dominate the trenches? That's coaching all day. And it's also good scouting. You know, good scouting, you know, finding talented guys who are good rotational pieces, so on and so forth. JJ says Jeff Stoutland is the best in the league. No cap. Absolutely. Yep, Mark Andrews. Yep. Mark Andrews. Greek Warrior says Goddard is not top 5. Pump the brakes. JJ says Kittle, Kelce, Waller, Pitts, Goddard, Andrews. That's 6. Okay, yeah. My man Joey Shakes in the building. What's up, my guy? Appreciate you, my man, for all the love. And my thing is, why can't Goddard be top 5? Why not? Why can't he? Why not? He gotta be. He gotta be. Dallas Goedert is a lot like Kittle, too. Guy is super physical and a great blocker. Absolutely. Why can't Dallas Goedert be considered top 5 right now? Why not? He's a great route runner. He's great. He has great athleticism. He's not afraid to climb the ladder and catch the ball. He has great speed for the tight end. He's a great blocker. You know, those 2 drops, he got to clean that up. He has to clean that up. But I don't see why he can't be top 5. Why can't we call him top 5 right now? Why? Tell me why. Kyle Pitts a rookie. He a rookie. You think Kyle Pitts top 5? You know what I'm saying? Like, can Kyle Pitts block? You know what I'm saying? Like, my thing is, like, Kyle Pitts top 6, but Dallas Goedert top 5. I'm going on the limb saying that. I'm riding with my dogs. You know what I'm saying? I'm riding with my dogs. I'm riding with my dogs. I'm riding with my dogs. You know what I'm saying? I'm riding with my dogs. Now, now don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? Kyle Pitts having a real good season. Kyle Pitts having a real good season. But nah, I'm rocking with my man. I'm rocking with my man. Kyle Pitts having a good season, but I'm rocking with my guy. You know what? I forgot about Gronk. I'm so glad you brought up Gronk, Greek Warrior. I'm so glad you brought up Gronk. I'm so glad you brought up Gronk. Gronk, Freemuth, Hawkinson. What? Yo, I'll give you Gronk. Goddard better than Freemuth. He better than Hawkinson. Better than Fant. Stop playing, man. Are you smoking dope? Stop playing with me, Greek Warrior. You smoking dope. He's sniffing dog food. What? The only person, listen, I'll put Gronk over him. But what? Nah, man. That's a negative. That's a negative. That's a negative. I'm not putting Hawkinson over Dallas Goedert. I'm not putting Noah Fant over Dallas Goedert. I'm not even putting Hunter Henry over him. I'm not putting him over him. No, I take my guy. I'll take my guy. I'll take my guy. But it's all love, though, Greek Warrior. At the end of the day, we all entitled to our opinion. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you for always liking into my content. Greek Warrior always challenging us, man. I love it. I love it. You know what I'm saying? But overall, though, man, I'm just so proud of this team. I'm proud of, like, let's be honest, you guys. You know, we have been through a roller coaster of a season. We have had a turbulent season, and you know, there was a point in this season where we were what, 2-6, or what was it, like 2-4 or something like that? I can't even remember. There was a point in this season where things did not look good at all. And then now we're back to 500. We're 7-7, and we're only going to get sharper. We're only going to get better. That's the thing. Defense is getting a little better each and every week. Jalen Hurts is improving. Dallas Goedert is improving. Miles Sanders is improving. You know what I'm saying? Jalen Hurts is getting everybody involved. You know what I'm saying? Like, defense needs to force more turnovers. I'll tell you that. Like, you know, but overall, though, you know, this has been a pretty good season. We're winning while we're rebuilding. That's the thing. Loyal Bird, my guy, says, do you think we can activate Brandon Graham if we make the playoffs? I'll be honest. I think Brandon Graham is shut down for the season. Like, he tore his Achilles. I don't think Brandon Graham I think it's over for Brandon Graham this season. You know? I think it's over for Brandon Graham this season. You know, when you tear that Achilles, you know, you're pretty much down for the count. Yeah. He's done for the season. Pasquale Coniglio. What's up, my man? He says top 5 tight ends must be good as an overall tight end, catch, blocking, etc. Okay, I agree with you on that. Dallas Goedert has been the best blocking tight end since he's been in the NFL. That's a fact. That's a fact. He's also great after the catch. He has great hands. You know, excuse him for those 2 drops last night. He had a brain fart, but other than that, great hands. You know what I'm saying? Athletic, physical, not afraid to get in your grill. My man nasty with it. Jeremiah Butler says they're more productive overall. Part of that is possibly due to him sharing snaps with Ertz. That's another thing. He was sharing snaps with Ertz for the better part of the season. You know, we traded Zach Ertz what week? What, like week 6, week 5, something like that? We traded him right after the Buccaneers game. Right? And that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We traded Dallas Goedert. We traded Zach Ertz after week 6. So for 6 weeks, Dallas Goedert really wasn't getting the 4 reps at tight end. Just started getting the 4 reps in week 7. You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine if Dallas Goedert was really getting the snaps all year long? If he was getting his last season? Come on, man. His development would be astronomical. JJ says PFF said Goddard is the only tight end to have an above 70 receiving grade and blocking grade since 2018. He does it all. That's what I'm saying. Why can't he be top 5? Why? Tell me why. Why can't he? You know, like the only guys I would say that's better than him right now is Gronk. The only guys I can definitively say are better than him are Travis Kelce, George Kittle, Gronk, and maybe Darren Waller. Other than that, who can I say is better than him for real? Like definitively. Let's really talk about it. Let's really talk about it. Who can we definitively say is better than him? Nobody. The only reason I put Darren Waller over him is because Darren Waller had 2 back-to-back, 1,100-yard seasons. He had 9 touchdowns last year. That was his best year. He been dealing with injuries all season, but nonetheless, he still got 53 catches, 643 receiving yards, and 2 touchdowns. But this year, Dallas Goedert has been more healthy. Dallas Goedert has been more healthy than Waller. He technically has better numbers than Waller, if you want to just look at the numbers. But it is what it is, though. The bottom line is, outside of Kelce, Kittle, Gronk, and Darren Waller, who can you definitively say is better than Dallas Goedert? Definitively. You can't tell me nobody. Lloyd Bird says the other young tight ends are getting open too. Howie is flipping the script. Happy holidays. JJ says Kelce, Kittle, Waller. Yeah, I think Kelce number 1. But dog, I was watching that about 2 weeks ago. I was watching the Bengals San Fran game, and George Kittle was looking unstoppable. Richie MC says because he is not Kelce, Kittle, Andrews. Jeremiah Butler says, I like Dallas over Andrews as a talent. Same. Richie MC says Ertz. I don't know. I feel like Goddard on Ertz level now. At this point, I think he's on his level now. I still give Ertz the edge as far as route running ability, pure route running, but I think Dallas got it on his level now, and he had a better blocker. Pasquale says, are we talking about tight ends who can only pass, catch, or both catch and block? That's what I'm saying. Dallas Goedert can catch and block. Zach Ertz can't block. They actually take Zach Ertz off the field when it's time to do a running play because he can't block. And I love Zach Ertz. Y'all see the jersey? I love Zach Ertz. This is my man. But I know who he is. He can't block. Come on, man. Cook, stop it, bro. Stop it. Cook's on the decline, bro. Stop it. Ertz can't block, but otherwise, yeah. Like, come on, man. Jared Cook on the decline. Like Jared Cooks for the season, he got 440 yards, 41 catches, 4 touchdowns. Dallas Goedert got over 700 yards receiving. Dallas Goedert got 731 yards receiving. He got 48 catches averaging 15 yards a catch, 4 touchdowns. Longest catch of the season, 45 yards. You know what I'm saying? 14 big plays on a season, which basically is 20-plus yard receiving plays. He got 20-plus yard. He got 14 20-plus yard catches. Dallas Goedert leads the team in yards after the catch with 343 yards. Come on, man. Come on. Let's give him credit. Richie MC says Patriot tight ends are good to great. I think they're good. I don't think they're great, though. I think they're good. JJ says, thing where Ertz goes down so easy. It takes like 4 people to bring Goddard down. That's what I'm saying. Pasquale Caniglio, he says, you ask great questions on the National Football Show with Dan Sileo. Yo, I love Dan Sileo. I think Dan Sileo is one of the dopest content creators on YouTube right now. His energy is electric. No snowflakes allowed in the National Football Show. I love Dan Sileo. I would love to have him on my show at some point. I think Dan is an amazing talent. I love his stories. I love the way he dissects the game. I love his mentality. I love his passion. You know, I love his approach to everything. It's awesome. Jeremiah Butler says Dallas is a problem. There's no doubt about it. We just need to change the name to Philly. Pasquale, he says you pronounced my name correctly. Dan Sileo can, and he's Italian. Hey, listen, man, I do my best. Oh man, I do. Hey, listen, my name is Antonio, so it only comes natural, huh? It comes natural. No snowflakes, you already know, Pasquale. No snowflakes. Man, you guys are awesome. Like, I love talking sports with you guys. I love everything about this stuff, man. You guys are truly great. Truly great, man. You guys bring dope sports takes to the show. You guys just do amazing things. Richie MC says Dallas got $59 million contract. Need to judge him harsher now. If Dallas is silent versus the Washington football team in 2 weeks, better hear more than crickets. You're absolutely right, Richie. You know what? I'm not even going to deny you that because you're absolutely right. With great money comes great responsibility. And Dallas Goedert has a responsibility to his teammates now to be lights out every single game. So far, he has back-to-back 100-yard games. He had 2 touchdowns 2 weeks ago against the Jets. He didn't get a touchdown today, but he was pretty damn close. But he was dominant. He had 7 catches. For over 130 yards, 131 yards, something like that. 135 yards, excuse me. So, you know, Dallas Goedert, he came to play. His contract is top 5, but his production is also top 5, you know. But I understand where Richie's coming from, though. When you get that kind of money, you need to start, you know what I mean? I need to see 1,000-yard seasons now. Now, I understand we got Devontae Smith and the ball needs to be spread around. But I've seen on multiple occasions Tyreek Hill and Jason Kelce or Travis Kelce had 1,000 yards respectively. So I think it's possible with us. You know what I'm saying? If the passing attack continues to develop. Richie says, has Dallas made a game-winning Dallas Clark catch yet? I don't know, man. I don't think so. But Zach Ertz has a touchdown catch at that in the Super Bowl. So Zach Ertz is forever goated, forever immortalized. Pasquale Coniglio, he says, if we stay healthy and out of COVID's house, I know we can beat teams with our running game. I don't think their defense can stop our run game. That's the most beautiful thing, right? This running game has been so dominant. Who can you really expect to stop us on a regular basis? You know what I'm saying? Like who? Like we've come up against so many teams that supposed to have good rushing defenses, like the Denver Broncos, like the New Orleans Saints. You know what I'm saying? We've come up against really dominant defensive lines, like the Washington football team, and we're still running the ball with reckless abandon. We're still running the ball as if it's our job. Who can stop this rushing attack? If we continue to run the ball with this level of dominance and we protect the rock and don't turn the ball over, we can write our own ticket. We just got to maintain control of the pace, dictate time of possession, and we can run with anybody. I believe that with my heart of hearts. Playing smash my football, punching guys in the mouth, being physical, running the ball down their throat. You know what I'm saying? Dictating time of possession, not turning the ball over. Who can stop that? And then you got Jalen Hurts as your X factor, making timely throws, making things happen with his legs. You know what I'm saying? The defense is starting to come alive, limiting teams to under 100 yards rushing. You know, we're starting to come alive on both sides of the ball. The offensive line is magnifique. You know what I'm saying? Michi says, do you see Hurts getting an extension in the future? Well, let's pump the brakes on that. I love Jalen Hurts to death. He's a great player. You know, he's a good player. And he's showing development. You're absolutely right. He's showing development. But he's showing progress. But let's pump the brakes. Let's see how he looks next season as well. Let's see if he can build on what he's done this year. You know, let's see if he can get us into the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to talk about an extension right now. I want to live in this moment. Jeremiah Bella says, you're damn right, Richie. As I watched him drop those easy balls, I was thinking, this is what we're paying this man for? Got to be more disciplined. Absolutely, you guys. And I'm not going to give him a break for that. I'm not giving him a break for that. You cannot drop those kind of passes. You cannot. It's unacceptable, especially when you're the multi-million-dollar player. You cannot drop catches like that. They were gimmies. Dallas Goedert should have had over 200 yards receiving yesterday or Monday. No, Tuesday. I'm sorry, yesterday. He should have had over 200 yards receiving, but he didn't. He didn't. And that's because he dropped the ball figuratively and literally. You got to be more disciplined. You got to be more intentional. Catch the ball, then make your play. Pasquale, he says, "Big Dallas is what I want." Is what I meant. Man, we need to beat Dallas. We ain't got no choice but to beat Dallas. We need the Vikings to lose. We own the tiebreaker over the Saints. You know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't hurt us either if San Fran loses a game or two either. But San Fran is hot right now. Kobe TV says, "What a performance!" Absolutely, my guy. You already know. Jeremiah Butler says his production is top 10. I think it's trending upward though. I still believe he's a top 5 talent, but I understand what y'all mean though. Like he can give us more, right? But we also got to give him a break for earlier in the season where he wasn't really the number one target. Zach Ertz was. They was trying to sell him. Richie says Rager should have had 2 TDs with better downfield blocking. How Lane did not truck the defender on his ass is a mystery and a lost opportunity. That's a good point. Jalen Rager had an opportunity to score 2 touchdowns, and that would have been a hell of a comeback game for him. Richie Mack says, trigger warning, Miles Sanders has the right to pound his chest in front of the Philly fan base. I don't think so, man. I don't think so, man. Y'all was down by 10, and y'all turned the ball over twice. Philly fans can do what the hell we want. Don't start that high and mighty stuff, Miles Sanders. You was just fumbling the ball 2 or 3 weeks ago. So don't start that. Don't start that. You know what I'm saying? We having fun. Y'all winning games. We respect y'all. We always support y'all. Don't act like that. You know what I'm saying? Philly fans, we got the right to boo y'all when y'all not doing your job. Let's keep it all the way trill. Let's keep it funky. You know what I'm saying? We reserve that right. Our tax dollars pays for the damn stadium. We dedicate so much of our money with the parking, the tickets, the jerseys, the memorabilia, the food. You know what I'm saying? The link is sold out every damn Sunday. Come on, man. Stop it. When y'all fuck up, we on y'all ass. Y'all know how we living in Philly. Don't even do that. You know how we are, Miles. Don't do that. Don't do that. Stay focused. Don't worry about us. We're going to support you no matter what. Jeremiah Bella says, I've never been down on Miles, honestly. You know what? Miles Sanders, he's had moments of lapse of concentration, and that's where his fumbles come in. The only real downside to Miles Sanders is really his health. But so far, he's showing that he's legit. Had 2 back-to-back on 100-yard games. I'm just waiting for him to get the touchdown, honestly. Jeremiah says top 5 talent just has to catch up on production. Okay, I'll secede to that. I respect that. Richie says Titans and 49ers Thursday Night Football. I need the Titans to win that game, but I ain't gonna lie, they ain't got Derrick Henry, man. 49ers might smack them. Phil Geyser said, preacher, you already know, my man. You already know how I'm giving it up. Pasquale says, as Philly 500 says, Nelson Regular stinks. Jokes aside, we should give Holmes one more year. If he stinks next year, then we trade him. Well, I think this is Jalen Rager's second season, right? Yeah, this is Jalen Rager's second season. So, see, Jalen Rager is better used in certain situations. He took advantage of every situation he was in. Every situation. He should have had 2 touchdowns. You're absolutely right. He should have had a touchdown on that screen pass. Actually, he should have had a touchdown on both his screen passes. I can't wait to rewatch the game. Richie Mack says, give and take relationship with Eagles players and Philly fans. I'm not saying disrespect guys. I'm not saying talk about guys' moms and I'm not saying tell guys fuck you. I'm not saying none of that. Nah, but when you're doing crappy, we're going to let you know. Especially when it was 2 turnovers, it would have been different if it was like 3 and outs. We turned the ball over in our own territory and gave them short fields, and they scored on both of them. You damn right we're gonna boo. It was looking shaky, but guess what? We didn't boo since that first quarter. We was sturdy. We was legit. So come on, man. You gotta take the good with the bad, Miles Sanders. We hold it down. Pasquale. I love saying your name, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Pasquale. Miles is legit. I ain't waiting for him to get that breakout run to the house. Yeah, man. It's only a matter of time, right? Jeremiah Butler says, guess what? NFL has Hurts up 4 spots at number 17, right behind guess who? Oh, man. Carson Wentz. Phil Geisler says Smith is an elite stud wide receiver. He's definitely a stud. Still has to develop more. He has to get stronger. But he just has these. I feel like every game he has a spectacular catch that makes you go, that's the number 1 wide receiver right there. So I just love what Devontae Smith brings to the table, honestly. Richie Mack says elephant in the room. Friday COVID list will determine if any Eagles player caught COVID from the game versus Washington football team. Yeah, you're right, my man. You're absolutely right. And on top of that, I would hate if the coach gave it to anybody in the room. I would hate it. Jeremiah Butler says, get Miles a damn TD. Bro, Miles Sanders should have had a TD on that big run he had, but he should have had 2 touchdowns. But Miles don't run like he tries to avoid contact sometimes. Like he needs to run through guys. Jeremiah Butler says, yup, Wentz. So JB, what's this ranking? You said NFL has Hurts up 4 spots at number 17. So what's this ranking like? Is it from a stats perspective or what is it? Man, oh man, this is a hell of a season, man. I love it. All right, so right now we are still on the bubble, you guys. JJ says Wentz hasn't had a bad year, to be honest, but he's basically just a game manager right now. You're right. Wentz hasn't had a bad season at all. He had bad moments, but he hasn't had a bad season in any way. So, I definitely respect his game right now. I respect the fact that he's winning, but he hasn't had a bad season in totality. He's had bad moments and boneheaded plays. And he's also been carried by Jonathan Taylor in that offensive line in that rushing attack. And their defense is playing lights out. Like what they did to the Patriots last week was wild. But you're absolutely right, though. Carson Wentz is being asked to be a game manager. And at the end of the day, who cares? We got our first round pick and matters none. Who cares about that man? But we're going to forever be tied to him, I know. Richie says Miles is going to hold out next season because running backs' careers are short. Not personal, just business. will he be advised by his agent? Well, who knows, man. That's interesting because I personally don't think Miles Sanders has really. Let's be honest. Like Miles Sanders hasn't given you 1,000-yard rushing season yet. He's given you 2 seasons with over 1,000 yards from scrimmage. That's a fact. But Miles Sanders really hasn't. He hasn't given you 1,000-yard season yet from his from a rushing perspective. So we gotta think about it from that perspective. His first season. His first season, he had. Let me make sure I'm not tripping. All right, yeah. So his first season, he had over 1,000 yards from scrimmage. He had over 1,300 yards from scrimmage. And then his second season, he had over 1,000 yards from scrimmage. And then this season, he had 709 rushing yards and 155 receiving yards. So right now, he's flowing at about 850, 860 yards from scrimmage. So he needs to eclipse 1,000 yards from scrimmage. And my thing is, with Miles Sanders, what I'm realizing is you may not get those consistent 1,000-yard seasons from him. But the good thing about Miles Sanders is he gives you so much in the passing game as well. So he's going to always give you over 1,000 yards from scrimmage, and I can live with that. Actually, I can live with that. He just needs to put up more points, put up more scores. Jeremiah Butler says, I just saw it on the NFL app, taking basically QBR, completion percentage, yards, and the like. Okay. Richie says, Wentz plays Christmas, right? I believe so. They play the Cardinals. Michi says, yeah, Miles was right behind Kelsey. He ran right instead of going left on that big run in the third quarter. Absolutely. When I saw that run, I was like, go left. But my man went right instead. Like, I don't know what was going on, but it was what it was. JJ says, yeah, Jonathan Taylor is the best running back in the NFL right now. I still give Derek, right now, you're right. Jonathan Taylor is the best right now. I still pick Derrick Henry over him if he was healthy, but Jonathan Taylor right now is the best running back in the NFL. Did you guys know Derrick Henry is still top 5 in rushing and he hasn't played in like 4 or 5 weeks? That's crazy, right? Still top 5 in rushing. Hasn't played in about 3 to 5 weeks. Philly Ace, my brethren, what's going on? Philly Geisler says Miles is a good running back, maybe even better than average, but he gets injured too much. If he can stay healthy for an entire season, then maybe he can ask for a big payday. Yeah, that's my thing. He hasn't really given you a full season of football. And he gets hurt. He gets hurt every now and again. So why would I ever commit big money to him? I think the best Miles Sanders I would give Miles Sanders is maybe a 3-year extension. I would give Miles Sanders a 3-year extension, 4-year extension, if he takes the money that's given to him. At minimum, I'll give Miles Sanders a 3-year extension. Ivan Mims says he needs to hold on to the ball. That's another thing, too. He fumbles every now and again, right? Miles Sanders has these moments where he lacks concentration, and we can't deny that. He has moments where he's hurt. We can't deny that, So, but he's also bound to give you over 1,000 yards from scrimmage every season. He's good for that. He may not be a 1,000-yard rusher every year, but he's going to give you over 1,000, over 1,100 yards from scrimmage every season if you continue to give him the rock. And on top of that, Miles Sanders doesn't really have the miles on his body like a Saquon Barkley, like a Ezekiel Elliott, like a Jonathan Taylor or a Derrick Henry, like a Nick Chubb, or who else has a dominant running attack? My point is, he doesn't have those miles on his body, so I feel like he has a chance to last a little bit longer if he just stays healthy. Richie says the QBR rating is a joke. Yeah, I don't like the QBR rating either. I think that's something ESPN created, right? Hurts had a low 30.8. If Hurts throws those 2 TDs with the shovel pass instead of a QB sneak, his rating will be higher. Oh, okay. Oh, I get what you're saying. If Hurts and Mahomes those 2 TDs with the shovel pass instead of a QB sneak, his rating will be higher. Yeah, I don't like QBR. It's not really. I don't really like how QBR really comes up with the number. It's really a misnomer. JJ says, can we just appreciate Jason Kelce? By the way, guy is 34 and was lead blocking like 30 yards down the field all night. Bro, Jason Kelce is a dog. He's a dog. Jeremiah Butler says, that's nuts, King Henry. Philly A says, Tony, I want the Dallas Cowboys stay in the second seed so the Eagles can get the seventh seed so we can face the Cowboys in a wild card playoff round. Yeah, man. If we get that seventh seed, I want Dallas to stay at that. I want Dallas to stay at second seed so bad because I'm telling you, they don't want to face us 2 weeks in a row. They don't want it. They don't want that kind of smoke. Listen, I want Dallas. I want them. Listen, that's the kind of smoke I want. That's the litmus test for me. Smoke Dallas. And that's how I know how serious we is. Smoke Dallas. I'm trying to smoke on that Dallas pack. You know what I'm saying? Michi says, I love that we do running back by committee. Keeps the running backs fresh. We have like 4 running backs. Add on Hurts, just having a different running style. Great to see. That's the good thing about our rushing attack, right? We have running backs that can do different things very well. And we also got Jalen Hurts doing his thing. We have a versatile running attack. That's the good thing about that's the good thing about it, right? If you notice, the rushing attack, it's diversified. You don't see us just running between the tackles or between the gaps, or you know what I'm saying. You see us, you see outside, you see zone running schemes. You see outside run schemes, inside run schemes. You see draws. You see screens, and you see these wheel routes or these jet sweeps and these triple options. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just an amazing offense. I really like how this offense looks right now. Phil, he says, Jonathan Gannon, keep or fire. Man, that's a really good question. I will be honest. I was one of the people that was saying he might not come back here because of the fact that he keeps allowing quarterbacks to do what they want to do. But for some reason, this defense is not really giving up that many points, and we're not allowing teams to run the ball on us anymore. So, it's like he's fair. He's not spectacular. He's not great. He's serviceable. And I mean, I know we need more talent on defense, but I think Jonathan Gannon has a lot of room to improve on. Who knows, right? We'll see. He may be one and done, though. You never know. Ryan Rose says Miles Sanders needs to stay away from injuries and rest enough to make sure he's able to play. Play. Go wide receivers. If he can stay, maybe he will have a great value. Michi says, let's be real. Keep your eyes overrated as hell. Absolutely. Jeremiah Butler says we got to face it. As much as I despise Howie, I give him all the credit for value in the trenches. You got to give him credit, man. As much as we hate that, man, he understands that you win and lose in the trenches. Jay Boog says we could beat the Giants. Absolutely, bro. It's not even a question. By the way, let's help save Gettleman's job. Oh, man. That's funny. That's funny, man. You guys have been spectacular throughout this whole live stream. You guys are awesome. So I want to ask you guys, who was your players of the game? Who was your player of the game? Choose one on offense and choose one on defense. I want everybody in the chat to drop their players of the game. One on offense, one on defense. Who was your players of the game? For me, my players of the game were on defense. I got to give it to Fletcher Cox. And on offense, I got to give it to Jalen Hurts because Jalen Hurts was just making some passes that I was like, man, wow. Like, okay, I see the improvement. I see the pocket presence. You know what I'm saying? I see him wanting to sit back there and deliver the throws. I really respect him, trusting his receivers. I really respect him going to his money man and Dallas Goedert numerous times a game. That back shoulder throw to Greg Ward, man, that thing is living rent free in my brain. And then Fletcher Cox had 2 sacks. He had 4 quarterback hits. Fletcher Cox was just wreaking havoc, man. And then, they couldn't run the ball on us in any way. He had a tackle for loss. We were just dominant on both sides of the ball. So who were you guys as players of the game? Give one on offense and one on defense. Pasquale says defense, Fletcher Cox. He also says Smith's toe tip and catch. Ryan Rose says offense hurts defense, Slay. Slay had a pretty good game despite that big catch he gave up to Terry McLaurin. Other than that, Slay had a pretty good game. Jeremiah Butler says Fletch and four-way split between Hurts, O-line, Dallas, and Miles. Okay. Michi says offense, Jalen Hurts, defense, Cox. Richie MC says Hargrave and Hurts. Okay. I like that. I like all y'all picks, really. Ivan Mims says Hurts and Cox, but Singleton made some good solo hits. He did. He had one tackle that, I ain't gonna lie, it was a few times where the running backs, they tried to run us over. They ran into a wall. I believe that was Alex Singleton and TJ Edwards. It was on multiple occasions where they tried to go toe to toe with us, and they just ran into a damn brick wall. So we got to give it up. We got to give it up. Make sure you guys are smashing that like button. If you guys are coming in and out of the live stream, super grateful to you guys for locking in and being loyal to the content. As always, make sure you guys smash that like button. It really helps the content grow. It really helps this content, really go to the next level. And the goal is to get to 2,000 subscribers. You guys are really making this so much fun. You guys hold me accountable. You guys challenge me. You guys really give dope insights, dope thoughts, and this show, this content, Chalk It Up Sports Philly is nothing without you guys. And you know how we give it up. Philly Ace 21 says, Tony, I have confidence in the Eagles that we can get in the playoffs so we can beat the Cowboys in Jerry World. I want to beat them so bad because they beat us in week 3. Oh, yeah. I want to crush them. I want to crush them so bad. I want to put their face in the damn dirt. I want to put their face in the dirt. Remember that scene off Benchwarmers when they made that kid eat they made that kid lick that turd off the ground on the baseball field? That's what I want to do to the Dallas Cowboys. I want to literally mush these guys and make them lick turds in the damn turf. Philly Geisler says, what impressed me the most was the team did not give up after those 2 early turnovers. Need to give Coach Nick props. Absolutely. We also need to give Fletcher Cox props, man. If you notice, Fletcher Cox is on that sideline being real vocal with his team. He was a leader. But before the game started, he was being a leader. You know what I'm saying? That was the first time I ever seen Fletcher Cox really step out on the limb like that, man. Fletcher Cox, Nick Sirianni, you know what I'm saying? Like, they kept those guys locked in. Jalen Hurts, clutch as ever. Everybody was so locked into the mold, man. And I'm just so grateful for those guys. Man, Fletcher Cox, he led, and that was awesome. Richie MC says right now, best coach in Philly is it Nick or Glenn? Nick Sirianni, by far. Nick Sirianni. Now, I know Nick Sirianni's in his first season here. Doc Rivers is in his second season. But Doc Rivers didn't take us anywhere we haven't already been, and that's my problem. So I'm not going to. Granted, Nick Sirianni hasn't taken us anywhere we haven't already been. But what I like from Nick Sirianni is I see the willingness to adapt, to change. I see the creativity. But with Doc Rivers, I don't know, man. Doc Rivers just there's something about him right now that I'm still on the fence about because he couldn't even get us out of the second round. He couldn't take us nowhere we ain't never been. Nick Sirianni, this team faced adversity this year. There was a point in the season where our record was 2-4, 2-6, something like that. There was a point where we were 2-3. No, I'm sorry, let me make sure I ain't tripping. There was a point in the season where we were 2-5. And then we were 3-6. You know what I'm saying? Let's let that sink in. There was a point in the season where we were 2-5. 2-5. And then we were 3-6 because we lost to the Chargers. And then we won 2 games in a row to bring it to 5-6. Then we went 5 and then we dropped to 5-7. Then we beat the Jets and the Washington football team. Now we 7-7. That's adversity. That's resolve. That's growth. You know what I'm saying? That's adaptability. That's understanding your personnel, knowing your personnel. Ref Taco says, "Hey yo, I've been watching this for an hour in the background. I just keyed in on that." Jeremiah Butler, that might be my offensive MVP person. That's funny. That's funny. Nina Austin says, "Hurts and Fletch." Okay, Nina, I dig. Pasquale, he says, "You can polish a turd, but you cannot make it shine." Jeremiah Butler says, "That 2-point attempt was annoying, though." Yeah, we didn't do it, though. We didn't do it. I think what they were trying to do is they were trying to make the defense jump off sides so we can get to the 1 and then do a quarterback sneak. But I didn't like it either. I wanted us to just take the points, and I'm glad that we ended up just taking the points. Richie MC says, "J-Jaw is the man on 2-point conversions." Right. Philly A says, "Now we got the 3 first-round picks in the draft." That's another great thing. Let's talk about that. You know, we got 3 first-round picks coming up in this draft, you know, by way of the Colts, the Miami Dolphins, and our own first-round pick. Now, I firmly believe that, you know, we're not going to use all those 3 picks in the first round. I think we're going to trade at least one of them. And then maybe draft a defensive guy in that first round. And that's if we don't make a move for a veteran quarterback. You know, I still want to see Jalen Hurts through. I still want to see how good he can become. But at the same time, I'm all about getting this team better. So, you know, I'm always on the fence. So at the end of the day, I want to see Jalen Hurts develop. I believe that he can turn into a really, really good quarterback, a great quarterback that you can win with because he's such a dynamic athlete. And he's starting to become better as a passer. He's starting to trust his wide receivers, trust his arm, make better throws, better decisions in that pocket. So I do want to see where his development takes him. But at the same time, you know, we have to be mindful of whether or not this organization believes in him for the long term or not. And I feel like he's still proving that every single day, every single week. And I feel like he still has to prove that going into next season as well. Jeremiah Butler says J-Jaw is only good for blocking and on rainy days. Pasquale, he says, "How would you use those picks?" If I'm being honest, I'm going after the top edge rusher. I'm going after the top edge rusher or top linebacker, whoever's there first. I'm using those picks on defense first and foremost. Like I said, I think we're going to trade one of them. Not sure which one we will trade yet. It all depends on where they fall. But I think we're going to trade one of them, and then we're going to probably use 2 of them, or maybe trade 2 of them, package them for something, and use one of them. You never know, but I'm definitely going edge in that first round, either edge or linebacker. But you know, the Eagles having, you know, Howie Roseman, he doesn't value linebackers the way other teams do. So I think most likely we're going to go edge. But I would love to get a top linebacker. I would love to do that. You know, but you guys, you know, we talked about so many things. We talked about the way the offense performed. We talked about the defense. You know, we talked about, you know, Nick Sirianni being in COVID protocol. We covered the offensive line. We talked about our players of the game. You know, we talked about the draft a little bit with our capital. We talked about Jalen Hurts' development. You know, we talked about this next 3-game stretch against the Giants, Washington football team, and then Dallas Cowboys. You know, this has been such a great live stream, and I'm so humbled by you guys. I really appreciate you guys. You guys hold me down. You guys are so knowledgeable of the game. You guys provide new insights. You always hold me accountable. You guys hold each other accountable. And you guys just overall make this live stream fire, man. I love talking to y'all. Like, I feel like I'm kicking it with my friends and family, you know, talking about football. And this is something I love to do so much. And I really appreciate you guys for just staying committed to me for as long as you have, man. I really do. But I'm going to get out of here. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe on all the content. Make sure you guys double back on the old content as well in case you want to, find out what my thoughts were previously. But before you get out of here, make sure you guys smash that like button. Make sure you guys also hit the notification bell so you can know any and every time I go live. Also, tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. Eastern time, I have a special guest, my man, the veteran, the man, the myth, the legend, Lord Brunson, will be on Chalk It Up Sports Philly tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure you guys lock in for that. Once again, I'm bringing in a special guest tomorrow, my man, Lord Brunson. My man is grinding, killing the content game. Has almost 20,000 subscribers on YouTube covering the Philadelphia Eagles. My man was at the Eagles game last night going brazy. You know what I'm saying? Holding it down. My man drove all the way from Maryland, held it down. So shout out to Lord Brunson. Shout out to him for showing love. Shout out to everybody in the live chat. Like I said, make sure you guys tune in tomorrow evening, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Lord Brunson will be in the building. Shout out to my man, Jeremiah Butler. Shout out to my man, DeGoat Michi, Pasquale Caniglio. You know what I'm saying? Philly Ace 21, Richie MC, Nina Alston, Ref Taco, Phil Geisler. You know what I'm saying? Ivan Mims, Ryan Rowe, JJ, Kobe TV. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you guys. Loyal Bird. Shout out to Greek Warrior, 5373. Shout out to my man Joey Shakes for stopping in the show. Shout out to the Eagles Uncensored podcast. Shout out to Marley Colbert. You know what I'm saying? Really appreciate you guys. Shout out to my man Bird Gang 31, Eddie Holmes. You guys hold me down tremendously. And the content is truly nothing without you guys. I need you guys to really understand that. Nothing without you guys. I want you guys to have a Merry Christmas. I want you guys to enjoy your families, hug your loved ones, eat some good food. If you got days off from work, get some rest. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy football, enjoy life. Understand that we blessed by the best. Life can be so much harder. Life can be so complicated sometimes, but at the end of the day, we're alive. We're healthy. I hope everyone continues to, make strides in whatever endeavors, whatever your dreams, your aspirations are, whatever your goals are. I hope you continue to make strides and you continue to strive to be a better version of yourself. Because at the end of the day, creative people do different things. And that's what I firmly believe. And I love you guys so much for staying loyal to me, staying loyal to the content. Once again, make sure you guys smash that like button, comment on the content, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and make sure you guys tune in tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern time because Lord Brunson, the Lord Brunson, will be in the building. So, as I always say, you guys were locked in on your dose of Chalk It Up Sports Philly, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. One love, stay humble, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay hungry. And fly Eagles fly. And we out.